Well, that sucked. The Boston Celtics lose today to the Portland Trailblazers 114 to 108, putting Boston 19-12 on the season. What is going on, everyone? You're tuned into the Dynasty Proud podcast. Here on the Boston Sports Entertainment Network, talking about the loss that the Boston Celtics just took in Portland to the Portland Trailblazers. Yeah, pretty much. Everything about that to end the game sucked. The Celtics could not execute and pretty much get anything done. Being down by 1 point there in the fourth quarter to take the lead and escape Portland with a win. Just yeah, really bad. Just that's really what it comes down to at the end of that game right there in the clutch time from the 5 minute marker in the fourth. Um, Celtics just could not execute. That's all it came down to. Derek White, two brutal turnovers that he contributed with to end that game with Jaylen Brown, them trying to get something going with a pick and roll. Derek coming in to set a screen, and then I don't know the pass that he made to JB right there, so close to the midcourt line. And that's an extra defender right there for Portland. They have to just put some pressure on Derek White and Jaylen in that situation, keep him close to that backcourt line, force Derek to make a pass that I don't know what he was thinking when he decided to let that go. And it forced Jaylen into a tough position where he had to try and reach into the backcourt for the ball, and it ends up being a turnover from Portland. Game was pretty much sealed by then. Derek White came in, hit a three, after that to bring it back within one again, but it was over. The momentum had completely switched to Portland, and that was it, man. I mean, not a good game to end it. So I mean, there were some positives for sure. Jaylen Brown once again with another 30-point game today. Tying, I believe, the record now for most in a row with Larry Bird. Congratulations to him, but I'm sure right now he does not give a crap about that record, considering how he was looking at the end of that game. Super frustrated with Derek White. I think this is probably the most frustrated I've seen JB all season with a teammate, especially in the closing moments like that. You know, JB has always been pretty good at keeping himself even keeled, but man, the frustration boiled over right there in that in those couple plays that he had there with Derek White. Just not good at all. Really bad way to close the game out. So what's up, everybody? That's a pretty much like brief summary of what we saw at the end of the game. I am the Parquet Poppy. This is my boy right here, Adrian. You can find him at NBA Swing Pass. Adrian, man, I missed that first half of the game. What did you see from the first half? Let me get like some kind of like positives that you saw, man.
Yeah, I mean, we came out energized. I think Jalen had the first few points. We had a little bit of a run in the opening moments. Within the first 5 minutes, 3 fouls on Jordan Walsh. A little surprising that Joe didn't pull him after the second, but first 5 minutes he picked up his third. Portland had a lead at the end of the quarter. Portland was just turning the ball over, and we were getting points off the turnovers. I believe they were in double digits in the first quarter. Even they
Mm-hmm.
had 11 or so turnovers. They were just giving the ball away. We were capitalizing on points off of turnovers, but we couldn't build that momentum. Then we had the second quarter. Again, we fed off their turnovers. JB was starting to cook. He hit that buzzer beater at the end of the quarter, that dagger three. The C's were leading at going into the half 63-55. I think what killed the Celtics is they didn't shoot well from the 3-point line tonight.
Mm.
Last check, I think we're in the 20 percentile. I think Derek White was like 1 for 9, 1 for 10, or something. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Peyton didn't go off like he needed to. I thought it would be an Anthony Simons homecoming splash game, more or less, but he was kind of quiet too. So that's the brief synopsis of the first half, more or less. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, Portland's got that big man down low. What's his name? Klingon.
yeah,
He's
Klingon.
just he's a monster down there.
Yeah, I mean, UConn legend right there. So Stores Connecticut legend. Yeah, he was absolutely killing them right there at the end of the game. 18 rebounds.
Yeah,
18 rebounds, dude. Like if a game like this doesn't show Brad Stevens that they need like a true center, I don't know what will. Because yeah, Keita's over there with his 8 rebounds, in his own respect, but um when your backup big is only pulling in 3, 11 rebounds between your two centers against a guy who had 18. I mean, that's just absolutely cooked chicken.
yeah,
Klingen absolutely just cooking those guys, and yeah, showing that the Celtics, they do need eventually a true center on this team. And Klingon was I'm looking at his box score right now. 8 of 10 from the field, 18 points. I mean, 18 rebounds. 18 and 18. That is what true centers do. That is
yeah,
what legit bigs in the NBA are putting up as a stat line right there. It's so hit or miss with the scoring that you're going to get from the centers on our team. So um, we just need consistency there, man. Just
yeah.
consistent scoring, consistent rebounding. But the Celtics, man, yeah. Listening to John Corrales the other day, it's
Mhm.
so true. This team has zero. Um, they can't, they have to play perfect. They have no they're not afforded the ability to have a couple of guys having off nights and being able to secure games, especially when both of your centers are in foul trouble, 5 fouls apiece,
Yeah.
forcing Joe to kind of have to go small at the end. I mean, when you're within 1 point, though, I don't see why Joe doesn't put one of the bigs back in there to help
Mhm.
like try to secure some rebounding at the end,
Yeah.
unless you're thinking it possibly goes to overtime and then you just end up losing in overtime anyways without some bigs. But you got to take the chance there. You have to put a big back in, I think. Going small literally burned them, killed them with that last Klingon rebound and Hugo Gonzalez, attempting to foul. He's too big. You have to literally like rip him down if you're going to try to foul him and force him to miss the shot and go to the free throw line. But they just weren't able to do that. Way too small, and yeah, it burned them. Looking at the box score too right now for the Celtics, they only shot 13 of 44 today from the 3-point line. So 30% for the game. That's not good. So and they were 40 of 91 from the field. I mean, it's the shots were not falling today, unfortunately for them. After last game, where it seemed like everything was going in for them. So you take the hot shooting days with the bad shooting days, and unfortunately for the Celtics, second game in this road trip, this is a not bad shooting night. That's what it comes down to. Celtics were out rebounded 47-40. So a couple of those rebounding possessions led to points for the Portland Trailblazers there at the end. And from that second half, man, it just looked like Portland wasn't really missing anything from the three.
Yeah.
They shot 18 of 51 from the 3-point line today, but where they were making them was in that fourth quarter. It just felt like the Celtics could not do anything on defense in the fourth quarter. Uh, Guys switching, running around all over the court. I mean, they were just so out of position so many times today.
Mm. Yeah.
And it was crazy to see. I'm watching Sam Hauser run all over the court trying to defend. I'm like, what is going on here, man? Yeah, just not a good defensive day, not a good shooting day, which contributed to the loss.
Yeah, I mean, Portland's a young team, but coming into tonight, they only had 12 wins. They were, I think, 5 or 6 games under 500. I mean, this is a game
Hmm.
you should have won. Um, but bad turnovers late in the game, a lot of offensive fouls. The JB offensive foul on a
Uh,
drive, a lot of screens. They were calling screen fouls. Yeah, we
hmm.
weren't getting a whistle late in the game, and somehow we have to find a way to overcome, but we didn't tonight. So
Yeah. Who was the head referee today?
Foster.
Yeah, Foster, that guy. He loves inserting himself into the games. Yeah, some of the some of the screening fouls, the offensive fouls. I don't know. I don't know how you call those on players like Luka Garza and Namish Keita who have proven. I mean, they've shown time after time this year, like they don't really ever get themselves in that kind of a position to um to
Yeah,
to draw those foul calls. Um I would think, like, Scott Foster being the veteran that he is, he would give would afford some of the you know some of the doubt. You know what I'm saying, like he would give a little bit of credit to those guys for being able to set screens all year without fouling. But we weren't afforded that luxury today. And the absolutely brutal call on Jaylen Brown for an offensive foul going up for the bucket. What is he supposed to do there?
yeah,
I don't get it. He's already up in the air. It's not like he swung at the defender to hit him in the face. The defender goes into JB. He's in the restricted zone. So how is that an offensive foul on Jaylen Brown? I don't get it. I mean, sure, if you want to call the offensive foul, but then you change it to a flagrant.
mhm,
No way is that flagrant. There's
yeah,
no wind up. There's nothing in there that screamed flagrant foul. And
yeah,
eventually it didn't end up biting the Celtics. Ball don't
mhm,
lie. The free throws were missed. Then they missed a 3-pointer, and the Celtics had the opportunity to steal this game, because that is what it would have been. It would have been a steal of this game because the Celtics didn't play their best, and coming out of Portland, it would absolutely have been a steal. But yeah, man, it was just lack of execution down that stretch, and unfortunately, it bit the Celtics. And the Portland Trailblazers, they were able to hold on. They were making their shots, they were rebounding. You would think that, like you said, a team with their record, that they would find a way to lose this game, but they did not. They found a way to win it, and the Boston Celtics found a way to lose this game,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, to expand a little bit on the offensive fouls, how much of this is actually flopping? So if the guy's coming to the offensive player, he sees the screen, he's gonna literally, if he can't get around, he's gonna run into the guy and act like he was shot out of a cannon and lay there for a good 30 seconds, even with the JB foul. If the guy doesn't lay there for a minute and a half, they don't call a flagrant. If he takes it on the chin, I mean, he did take it on the chin and just keeps playing. I mean, JB would have gotten a foul. He would have had the free throws. It's just a flopping league, and it's horrible basketball, man.
I just don't understand how it gets rewarded. JB talks about it on his stream as well. It's yeah, it's a problem in the NBA, and it's credit to Jaylen Brown for going out and getting 30 a night, after he was talking about how some guys in the league they get their 30 a night, but it's also due to the fact that they are flopping. They're trying to bait for calls, and Jaylen Brown does it ethically, man. I mean, this guy is an ethical hooper. He does not get a superstar whistle for whatever reason. I don't understand it, with the amount of contact that him and Jason Tatum have taken over the years. These guys still don't get afforded the luxury, like some other superstars in the NBA, for a whistle. When Denji Adavita gets a better whistle than most of the
Yeah.
Celtics roster on a night where he guards with his face, lays on the floor. What is wrong with the NBA, man? I do not get it.
Yeah. That's a problem. Silver is going to find a way to get a solution to this. At
Silver
one
doesn't
point,
give
they
a
did
Silver
say
doesn't
the
give a
flop.
shit, man.
Yeah. At one point, they were gonna assess a technical foul for everyone who flopped. That rule sort of went on the wayside. I don't even know what happened to that, but it's
Yeah.
getting bad, man. It's getting bad.
Yeah, like I said, Adam Silver doesn't give a shit. He's literally said multiple times, I think we have great officiating, some of the best in the major sports. Bro, shut up, bro. Like everyone sees it. Everyone watches it. When you look on Twitter and they put a highlight on like on ESPN or on these Twitter pages and stuff like that. They post they post the plays that are gonna bait people to talk about the officiating on a call. Like if a player goes up and he makes something, like ESPN will like make a little headline, basically poking at every other fan base, basically saying like, "Oh wow, look at this great play." When you see like there's a clear flop or there's a clear foul or something, and that's literally how these social media pages like make their money, is by engagement baiting fan bases of sports. And um it's like they do it on purpose, but they know that they're doing it on purpose. But it's to make money, it's to generate clicks, it's to get people talking about the product. It doesn't matter, right? Any press is good press. Doesn't matter what it is. So if like you post something that is clearly a foul bait, it's going to get attention. It's going to draw clicks. And I mean, the NBA doesn't care, right? Like people are talking about their product, and whether
Yeah.
it's good or bad, it's being talked about. And that is why Adam Silver will do nothing about it, even though they say that they make these rule changes that they don't implement. And it's just to make more money. It's yeah, it's literally what it is. It's just a money making machine. And um any press is good press. Doesn't matter if it's ethical hoops or non-ethical hoops. They're I don't know, they just get away with everything.
Yeah. 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 It's just. I would like to see some sort of rules, but like you said, they're not gonna implement anything to change the game at this point because it's so popular and the money being generated. Yeah, it's
I
just
mean,
bad. It's just a bad brand of basketball, in my opinion. That's all.
it is a bad brand of basketball, but when you let it go on for years, like they let it go on with James Harden for years. They let it go on with Trey Young for years,
Yeah,
and it wasn't a problem until the noise got louder. Then they started saying, "All right, well, we're going to implement these rules for flopping. We're going to change the rules about." A offensive player getting creating contact by diving into the defender. And it doesn't nothing's changed. They did it for like a season, but you know they're not going to find their superstars, they're not going to find their best players. It's just they won't do it. How many times has LeBron James been fined for a flopping, for a flop?
yeah,
Tell me one time since they've
no,
implemented that and said that they were going to do that.
yeah,
I don't think it's happened. Um, so yeah, they don't care. Adam Silver does not care. He's just gonna let it continue, and we just gotta, um, you know, as fans, deal with it, and then the players, they have to figure it out.
yeah,
Depending on what team they're on, because if you're on one team, they're going to allow it. If you're on another team, they're pretty much gonna say, yeah, screw you.
yeah, 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 and that sort of feeds into that Jordan Wall stuff because these kids play hard. The past two games, he's picked up early quick fouls in the
Yeah,
first half, more or less.
that's
It's
BS.
these kids are playing hard and they're not getting the good whistle, and they don't have that reputation yet. And yeah, yeah,
It shouldn't even be like. It shouldn't even be about reputation, man. Because if it was about reputation, Jalen Brown would be getting a superstar whistle. You know, he's
True.
a former Finals MVP, and they just don't call fouls on him for him for whatever reason. But yeah, like you said, like Jordan Walsh, an early foul trouble again, has to be taken out of the lineup. Only got 10 minutes this game. You know, when one of your starting players is only able to get 10 minutes, uh, in a game because he's been put into foul trouble early on by the referees. Um, in a league that is trending towards being more physical, the Boston Celtics are not allowed to be physical.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But it is what it is. And like, how many times is Jordan Walsh is he gonna get into early foul trouble and only get 10-15 minutes a game, and Joe is gonna is he gonna have to go to someone else now, like someone who's gonna be able to start the game and stay in without fouling? Because now this is just like turning into a trend for Jordan Walsh. It got to a point in the season earlier where it felt like, hey, maybe his reputation, they were letting it go. They were letting him play a little bit harder. But now these last 3-4 games, I mean, he can't even start a game without getting into foul trouble. Getting a foul called on him within the first 30 seconds, minute or two of game time. Um, what is that like? Like, come on, what changed from the referees that they were, because they go over what they're going to be looking for before the pregame. They've said that. So what has changed for Jordan Walsh that he is not now afforded the luxury of being able to defend hard, and other teams are? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a head scratcher right there. Um, yeah, on to Utah, I guess. We play Utah next,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
gotta get that one.
Um, with Utah, and they've actually been playing decent recently too. So it's not going to be an easy. Not feeling like it's going to be an easy road trip for the Celtics by any means right now. They have to play perfect. They have to play, um, good, clean, turnover free execution, good execution basketball. That's what it comes down to. They don't have the luxury of making any mistakes, or else a team like Portland can take advantage. And when the Celtics aren't shooting hot, the other team can absolutely beat the Celtics. So yeah, let's take a look at the box score real quick.
All right.
We'll see pretty much basically Jalen Brown doing it all by himself, and yeah. So let's see. How many turnovers did the Celtics have today? Total. Does that say 20?
Yeah, I believe
Wow.
so.
Yeah, team 20 turnovers. And if you're turning it over 20 times and the Portland Trailblazers are also turning it over 21 times in the game, that can't happen, man. If you're forcing those turnovers on them, you have to take care of the ball, because if you're basically evening out with them in the turnover battle, you're giving the teams opportunities to beat you, and not a good night as far as the turnovers go. 3 turnovers for Nemish Keita, 3 turnovers for Derek Brown. Jalen Brown with another 6 to go for himself. That's not good. That's not good at all when you're, 3 of your starting 5 is already committing 12 turnovers. So yeah, not good. 2 from Peyton Pritchard today. 1 from Jordan Walsh. A couple turnovers from Luka Garza. Anthony Simons had 1, and Hugo Gonzalez with a couple. Yeah, I mean, Derek White had 5 steals, but another not good shooting night for him today. 5 of 16, 2 of 10 from the field, from the 3-point. Excuse me. Man, it's just one of those. Just those one of those games for Derek White where he's playing well, and then we get a stinker.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, the I'm wondering who those did Jalen get credited with those turnovers, those two at the end, or was that Derek White?
Ooh, good
Uh,
question. I would think it's White because
yeah,
I would think it would be Derek at first
yeah,
glance because they were just bad passes. He's the one that initiated it, so I would think it would be him. But
yeah. I mean, yeah, like three turnovers. Okay, not terrible, but it's just when those turnovers happened, right? Like,
yeah,
yeah, just not good. Okay, let's run through it real quick. 29 minutes, 11 points from Kada, 8 rebounds, couple blocks. What he was a +2. Look at that starting lineup, man. Only two guys in positive. Everyone else was just a even plus minus
mm,
um, for the day. Derek White, 40 minutes, 12 points. Not a good shooting night from him. 5 of 16, 2 of 10, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. 5 steals, sure, great. They were still playing, decent on the defense, but the fourth quarter, man, they were just letting way too many shots go in.
yeah,
Jalen Brown, 37 minutes, 37 points, extends his streak. He was 14 of 23 from the field today, 2 of 5 from three, and 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 turnovers. Man, the mid range in that second half, or probably in that fourth quarter, I would say more. Just some contested shots, a little bit of degree of difficulty to them. I noticed a couple of them little leaning fades. So he was kind of making the shot a little more difficult than it had to be, but that's also from credit to the defense that Portland had on him because they were really putting the pressure on him today, especially with
yeah,
those double teams there at the end of the game. Trying to trap him, box him in, make him make a mistake, and it happened. They basically said in clutch time, we're going to pressure you, and let's see if you can make the play. Unfortunately, him and Derek were not able to get on the same page and take over that lead in the fourth quarter. So just brutal, brutal, brutal end of the stretch. Clutch time minutes for those guys. Not much from Peyton Pritchard today. 38 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 10 from the field, and 3 of 8 from the 3-point line. So even him looks like him and Derek hit a little bit of a wall today after their last game, where they were just shooting, lights out basically, and 5 rebounds, 5 assists from him, couple turnovers, couple steals. He was a +2. Jordan Walsh, we already talked about him. Nothing there. Sam Hauser again today, man. He has his highs and he has his lows. It's peaks and valleys for him this season. 19 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 5 from the 3-point line. Just nothing going for him today. A couple blocks. He was a -9. Luca Garza, 11 minutes, 5 points, 1 of 4 from the field. Took a three, made that. 3 rebounds, couple turnovers. He was also called for some fouls today as well. He from the screens, 5 fouls. Your backup center. Yeah, it looks like Scott Foster and company did not like the centers for the Boston Celtics today.
yeah,
Just absolutely
yeah.
fouled them up any chance they got. Anthony Simons, yeah, the homecoming game, like you said, I hate homecoming games. I think they are the most overrated game that a player can have in their career. To me personally, I think if you know you played all those years with Portland and you're going in, you're getting, and the fan base is expecting you to have like an awesome game. I really don't take much. I don't really put much stock, I'll say that, into homecoming games. I don't think it makes a player better. I don't think it makes them play harder. I just think that it's kind of like a gimmick game,
Mm,
and it's four of 11 from the field today. 2 of 6 from three, three free throws, 3 rebounds, and no fouls from Simons today. But I mean, the defense was all right from what I saw in the second half. 2 steals, But he was a minus 15 on the court today. So he was out there, but not really doing too much. 4 of 11. He's also had his ups and downs this season as well. Happy for him that he got to go back to Portland and play there, but didn't really do anything to help besides his 13 points. Baylor Shireman, 7 minutes. Looks like he didn't get much run this game, which is kind of surprising, with the kind of run that he's been getting lately.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering why he didn't get more minutes today when Jordan Walsh is, in foul trouble early. They really went Hugo heavy, 30 minutes today, 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field, and he hit a late 3-pointer in that fourth quarter to, I believe it was tie the game or take the lead. I forget. Either way, it didn't help. It didn't really matter. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and a couple steals. So +3 off the bench. He was the only player on the bench in the plus on the team. He had a team high plus minus of +3. Everybody, it's just
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. It's not good.
yeah, not a good game from the Celtics. By their standards. So and our standards, right? I mean, watching that, just brutal. It sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a game they should have won. I mean, going into this, maybe they overlooked Portland a little bit, underestimated them, just looking at their record. But it was a game that they should have won. No doubt they should have won. You just have to play harder and play smarter and take care of the basketball. You would have won this game. Yeah.
Yeah. We almost had a perfect Sunday, man. We almost had a perfect
Oh,
Sunday. A
yeah.
Buffalo Bills loss, the Patriots dominating the New York Jets like always. I mean, that's nothing new. AFC East champions, and
Yeah.
we almost nightcapped it with a Boston Celtics win. But that did not happen. So I'm not gonna let this loss affect my mood because
It's good.
man, it feels so good to be back AFC East champions.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
After the 5-year head start that the New England Patriots gave the Buffalo Bills, now they have gotten rid of their demons of Patrick Mahomes, but now they have a new demon in the division, brother.
Hmm.
Going to torment this Buffalo Bills team for the next 10 plus years at least.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I am, I'm happy about that. Celtics loss, whatever, that's fine. We live to see another day. We get to go to Utah, try to, get our groove back and feel better. But that loss is not going to make me feel bad about Boston sports and the New England Patriots doing what they had to do. They needed to win today. They needed Buffalo to lose,
Mm.
and it happened. And I am happy for that, despite the Celtics loss.
Did you see that failed 2-point conversion attempt there by Josh Allen?
Bro, wide open, man. Drake
Just
May makes that pass. Drake May
yeah,
makes that pass easily. Drake May was over 90% completion percentage today in his game. This kid is going to be phenomenal, man. I mean, he doesn't even have wide receivers. He does not have a Puka Nakua. He does not have a 1,500-yard rushing running back on his team. He's getting
mhm.
it done with guys named Kayshawn Booty, a you know end of his prime, Stephon
Special.
Diggs,
Yeah,
Pop Douglas. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
Jazz Chisholm the third, brother. Like,
mhm.
right? That's his name? Chisholm?
Yeah, yeah,
Chisholm,
yep,
bro. First career game, first career touchdown.
mhm.
Drake May had like 4 touchdown passes today, all to 4 different receivers today.
Oh, yeah, yep, yep,
Bro, get him some elite talent, bro. This kid is gonna be good. He's gonna be good.
yeah,
Yeah, okay. Say what you want about the schedule, whatever. Buffalo has had a pretty similar schedule in terms of strength, and what? No one talks about that. No one talks about that. Like, what? It's because the Patriots, bro. It's all it is. It's like, oh, they had an easy schedule. Okay, yeah, that's what happens when you're like winning 4 games in the past 2 seasons. You're gonna
Yeah,
get an easier strength of schedule. That's not our fault. the the schedule ain't throwing 90% passes completion percentage. The schedule ain't doing that. Drake May is doing that. Um, just an absolute elite football player. And Boston sports is up, man. Tatum
yeah.
coming back. We got Drake May. Red Sox hit the postseason. Things are looking up for Boston sports, man. So a Celtics loss is not going to get me down today.
Oh no, no. They've won what 4 in a row going into tonight. I mean, they've been playing pretty consistently good. It was just a dud tonight, but bounce back and try to get the next one.
I hope Derek White can bounce back from this. Him and Jalen they're gonna have to do some talking after this game
Yeah,
because I have not seen Jalen react like that to a player on to his own teammate, especially a teammate like Derek White. The way he was talking to him, I mean, he was talking to him like he was like some kind of like rookie making rookie mistakes. But it was Derek White, and for Jalen to be, super upset with him, it just shows the standard of excellence that he has
yeah,
in himself and what he expects from the team. So, Derek is not free from scrutiny, I guess, right? Joe Mazzulla gets on his guys, and I guess you take that mentality as a ball player, and you're gonna have that same reaction. You get it from the coach. You expect greatness. You're gonna you want to expect greatness from your teammate that's out there on the court with you, and they'll get it together, I'm sure.
yeah,
But they're definitely gonna need to do some talking about what they want in that situation because yeah, Derek White lost that game. um
yeah,
as much as it sucks to say with the how well he's been playing, 100% this game was given away by Derek White. Unfortunate, but it happens.
yeah. It happens. Totally uncharacteristic. I mean, Jalen was all worked up with those fouls, those calls, those whistles, and that just added fuel to the fire. And he just let it out on Derek, which, like you said, a couple bad turnovers, sloppy play, uncharacteristic turnovers. But that's basketball, shit happens, and
Yeah.
live to play another day.
And the Celtics, they've been decent on the road this year. 9-7 away, a couple games above 500. That is a normal team record right there, as far as away games goes. So, with the personnel that we have, we can't expect them to be like super dominant all the time, every night in and night out. Love the road dog mentality, woo, 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 right? Like, love that. But it's not going to happen every night, especially with the team lacking a true defensive big, or just a true center in general. So yeah, man, they're gonna have to find a way next game to go into Utah, win this game. But like I said, if Brad Stevens watches this game and just sees what Klingham did to them and doesn't think like, hey, like, we need a big,
Yeah,
um, this is one of those games, where you get beat down the stretch by a big, and it's very glaring and very obvious that is where the Celtics lacked.
yeah.
And hopefully they get something done, man. Hopefully,
Find
hope
somebody.
yeah, hopefully, after this Clippers game, we have Zubac heading back to Boston with him in a trade somehow. They just like meet up and they're like, "Hey, we're here. We can get a deal done, right? Let's work something out." A couple guys stay in LA, and then hey, Zubac, pack your bags. Let's go to Boston. That's not happening, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I'm an old school guy. I mean, fundamentals of basketball. I mean, what happened to the box out? You find the guy, you walk him back past the basket, you get the rebound. Nobody positions. Everyone's just trying to jump above the rim and just grab a highlight rebound. It's just But that's the league today, and that's fine. Everyone's doing it. Celtics needed to crash the board. All five guys need to help rebound, nobody leak out, and just help. If you're lacking the size, everyone has to do it.
With the way the Celtics were playing today, too, I mean, the Portland didn't have Drew Holiday. They didn't have, Time Lord.
Mhm.
This could have been a worse loss for the Celtics. I mean, if their shooting was as bad as it was today, and those guys played, I mean, it could have been even worse for them because Drew brings that defensive mentality. He's a decent playmaker. I haven't watched too much of him since he's been on Portland, but I hear he's not having a bad season, just not what we're accustomed to, and you still have Rob Williams who can go up and get some rebounds. He helped with the team the other day in a victory as well. So, um, the Celtics are yeah, man, they're fortunate to lose by how much they lost by, but it could have been worse if those guys
Yeah.
played. But you never know. They could have gotten the win as well. But it just came down to the shooting. It was just bad. And man, another game where these opposing teams, they're just shooting from three. This time, Portland, even though that they weren't shooting a high percentage, they still took 51 3-pointers in this game. So I've been, like I said, I've been noticing this trend of these teams really, really taking a lot of shots from the 3-point line, trying to just space Boston out. And this time it worked for them. It worked for them, unfortunately. They actually just said, screw it. They didn't stop shooting when they were at like 40. They were like, all right, we're going to still take some more, try to keep spreading the defense out. And they were hitting shots, man, in that fourth quarter. Unfortunate for the Celtics, but that is the way the cookie crumbled today. Um, Other than that, my man Adrian, you got anything else? I wanted to keep this one a little short because it is a
Yeah.
Celtics loss. Not really too much to talk about. We move on to the next one. Got anything else for us?
No, I'm good. I'm good with everything.
All right, my man. Well, if you're tuned in tonight, if you took the time to listen to us ramble about the Celtics loss, we appreciate you for coming out. You can follow me and my boy Adrian right here. He's at NBA Swing Pass. I'm at Parquet Poppy. You can also follow the Dynasty Proud podcast over here on X and Boston Sports Entertainment Network at BSEN_617. We're getting ready for the next game against Utah. I think I might be doing that post game. Let me see, what day is that? One second. Utah, December 30th. Man, I gotta check my work schedule. But I'll keep you updated. And you can follow Boston Sports Entertainment Network too. We've been posting if we're going to be going live and stuff like that. For a post game on game day. So, tap into us with us there. Other than that, Boston Celtics lose to the Portland Trail Blazers tonight, 114-108. We'll see y'all in the next one. Hopefully they get this win. So everyone take care. Good night and go Celtics. Peace out.
Peace.
Ends tonight here. It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. The Celtics are NBA champions.